Hi, everybody. Antonio here with another daily reminder for you. And today's daily reminder is re examine what you've been told. There's a quote by Walt Whitman that says, re examine what you've been told and dismiss what insults your soul. I think a lot of times we have been told things about ourselves from many different avenues, whether it be our parents, our friends, our extended family, the media, our community, society, etc. We've been told certain things about ourselves and we believe those things. And not only do we believe them, we live into them because we don't ever take the time to ask ourselves, is this really the way? Is this really who I am? Is this really my capabilities? Is this really the best I can do? I was fortunate enough to grow up in a very loving home, never dealt with the father or the mother saying, you're stupid. You'll never amount to anything. You should just get a become a janitor or whatever. I was very fortunate to have had a family that was, I would say, marginally encouraging. And I say marginally encouraging because I talked to a lot of people and I've seen the spectrum where I've seen on the one end, far end of the spectrum, the parents who were discouraging, the parents who were putting the child down and telling them they were nothing and would never amount to anything, calling them names and whatever. And then on the opposite end, I've seen the parents who tell their children, you can do anything, even the things you can't do, you can do. You can blah blah blah, and then everything in between. I think I kind of sit somewhere right about here from my household. I don't think my parents were overly encouraging. They definitely were not discouraging, but I really didn't get a lot of you can do it, believe in yourself, etc. I didn't get a lot of it. Didn't get none of it, but didn't get a lot of it. So I say that because it's something I personally not have to combat from the perspective of my household, because particularly when it comes to our opinion of ourselves based on the lens of our parents can be extremely impactful. It can be extremely molding, if you will, when you're told a thing by this authority figure that you regard in the highest of esteem, this person that you uh, infinitely and unquestionably believe in. When you're told a thing by that person or those people, you tend to live into it. And what I have learned over the years is that there's a finite box that we live in this physical experience that we do, and then there's an imaginary yet real, I want to put that out there, imaginary box that we live in, that we create for ourselves based on those things that we are told. Imagine being told that your ethnicity, your race, your gender was less than. And you're told that over and over and over and over until you believe it. And then you live into it. There's a woman, and her name slips my mind at this hour. Yeah, it's almost midnight again. But her name slips my mind at this hour. But if you're interested, you can just Google the blue brown eyes experiment. But this woman did a really powerful experiment in the late 70s, if I'm not mistaken, and was really shunned for doing this, and was almost jailed from what I remember reading. But she told her class that the brown-eyed students were second class. They weren't really as smart as the blue-eyed students. That the blue-eyed students need to help the brown-eyed students, etc. And she made up this thing. She said, we've done the research. Scientists have identified that, etc. And immediately she saw a portion of the brown-eyed students just give up. Their grades immediately went down. Their attitudes changed immediately because they believed this brown-eyed concept. And she allowed this to go on for a while, and she even saw how the blue-eyed students were treating the brown-eyed students in the second class manner. And then she did what I thought was just the most amazing thing. She says, "Oh no, hey, sorry, please forgive me. I misread the data, and I am so sorry, but it's actually the brown-eyed students that are the smarter of the two, and the blue-eyed students, those are the students who are second class, et cetera, et cetera." And again, almost immediately, the students changed. They lived into their roles. The brown-eyed students again started, they started now treating the blue-eyed students poorly. The blue-eyed students' grades started declining, et cetera, et cetera. And then she finally revealed, "Hey, just made all this stuff up. Just made it all up." And then she was promptly fired and discarded from the teaching communities, etc. But she went on to do lectures about this, and that was a really interesting, and I'm just going to use the word interesting, experiment, because I love that. It is unfortunate that she did do it on live students without the parents' permission, if you will, which was, ultimately not okay. But it was such a powerful experiment that it really brought up this concept of living into what we're told about ourselves. Living into what we're told about ourselves, particularly from authority figures, because that's what she created. The science is there, blah, blah, blah. And we don't stop to think about, what are we told? And by whom, for that matter? What are we told, and by whom? So this, again, a powerful quote, very powerful quote. Re-examine what you've been told. Stop, take a moment, ask yourself, what have you been told? What do you believe about yourself in any aspect of your life, whether it be your health, whether it be your relationships, whether it be your intelligence, whether it be your business acumen, your academic acumen, whatever the case may be. Look at all areas of your life and ask yourself, what have I been told? What do I believe about myself? And that also goes for re-examining what you've been told by yourself. What are you telling yourself about yourself? Re-examine what you've been told. What a powerful quote from Walt Whitman. Yes, Naomi says, great quote. Love that. Dismiss what insults your soul. How about that? Because that you get that opportunity. If it doesn't align with who you desire to be, if it doesn't align with who you want to be, dismiss it. Because just like that brown and blue eye experiment, it's all made up. It's all made up. It's someone's opinion. It's someone's opinion, and you get to choose who you are. Re-examine what you've been told. And here's what I'm going to ask you to also do. Re-examine what you've been told about liking, commenting, and sharing. Have you been told that that's hard and burdensome to do? Have you been told that liking is just, oh man, that's beneath me. I can't do that. I don't have time to comment on Antonio's post. Have you been told that? Have you been telling yourself that? I want you to re-examine that. I want you to re-examine that and like and comment and share. And if you think what I'm sharing is awesome, click that little notification bell to be notified when I go live, and we can re-examine this together. That's it for today, guys. Appreciate it. Another daily reminder, and I will see you guys tomorrow.